what's going on? What's going on out there? Welcome to my channel, Head on Joe Collectible Chronicles. And I want to say first off, thank you for clicking on to my video. I appreciate the support. And if you like the content, like and subscribe, and I'll keep the content coming. All right, so when I first started my channel, I wanted my content to be about premium format statue content, Funko Pop content, movies, arcade 1-up. So I've been doing a lot of my content mostly with arcade 1-up here lately, because they've been coming out with a lot of new products, and it's been really catching my eye and everything. So it's been pretty much the main focus of a lot of my conversations that I've been doing. Basically, I don't really want all my content to be just focused on arcade 1-up, because that's not initially what I set out to do. I want my content to be about like all the things that I collect, why I collected them, and why they matter to me, just different things. I don't want it to be where I'm just only talking about arcade 1-up. This brings me to this. This right here is my Thor Ragnarok Gladiator Hulk. This statue right here I purchased not too long ago, and I got it through a trade from a guy at the Barnyard Flea Market. Mostly, I'm not really able to get my statues from the flea market. That's kind of like impossible now. But when I first started, this is kind of was my gateway of how I got into the hobby of collecting statues. So when it comes to buying Hulk statues, it's very difficult. In my opinion, Hulk is the most visually captivating character of all time as far as, as an art piece. Like his muscle definition, the pose they can put him in, him like basically just thrashing another character, like his dynamic poses are very unique and awesome, and it's just a whole thing just to see it, like a really beautiful piece. So you have to get a Hulk if you're going to be collecting statues. You have to have a Hulk, and there's so many of them, and their prices vary like so high. Like you got XM Studios, you got Queen Studios, you got Sideshow Collectibles, you got all these different companies that produce Hulk statues that's like in the thousands. They're so expensive. So I wanted to get a statue of Hulk, but I didn't want to get something to break the bank. I mean, because I still have to, run this by the CEO, the wife. I got to make sure she's cool with the idea, of me allocating these funds to purchase another statue or whatever. And I want to get something that's good. Now, like I said, I started with a lot of statues from the Barnyard Flea Market when I first started this thing. Those statues was like $60, $45. I think I got as high to like maybe $150. They really didn't go no higher than that. So it was very easy to, negotiate this with the wife. It wasn't no big thing. But once you start getting to the premium stuff, everything changes. All that goes out completely out the window. I ended up getting this statue when I did go to the flea market, believe it or not. There was this guy that was there who had his own booth with his brother. It was his brother's statue, but he wasn't there, but his brother was trying to sell it. And, most people that come to the flea market, they ain't got $500 to just throw down like that. So when I was walking around and I seen the statue, I kind of seen it a couple times that I went there, and I was like, well, I'm going to try to see if I can talk him down on the price or whatever, which a lot of people were trying to do the same thing. It just so happens, since I have so many arcade 1-ups, I had an arcade 1-up that I wanted to offload, which at that time, that was my Pac-Man legacy, which I'm really glad I did that, because now they have a new Pac-Man out that I really kind of want to buy. Maybe it was good that I did it, maybe it wasn't, because it's kind of like now I want to buy that Pac-Man. I don't know, however you want to sit up here and think it was the right decision or not, I don't know. But anywho, I traded the Pac-Man legacy for this statue right here, and I think I did a pretty good thing. And I'm gonna show you all the statue and what it is. This statue is 23 inches tall. It's a big boy, and I want to say it weighs about like 35 pounds. It's pretty heavy. For me, for my first statue that I had purchased like this, it was pretty heavy. I got some that's heavier than this now, but in the beginning, this was my heaviest statue. So this Hulk right here is what I had first started off with. I had purchased from the Barnyard Flea Market, and this is like a cheaper Hulk. This is the cheapest Hulk that I have in my collection. And this Hulk right here still cost me, I think, about $65 or whatever, which wasn't too bad to start off with. But, you know, once I got this Hulk right here and I started getting the other statues, I started wanting to, you know, evolve and get better pieces to add to my collection. But this right here is a piece, I believe, from Diamond Select on their lower tier side. Yo, so this is what the statue looked like. So as you can tell, this right here is a whole lot different than what I had bought the first time. Whole lot more detail. As you can see, the hair on his chest, the expression on his face, you know, Hulk like he's pissed off. You can see how clear his teeth look. And this statue right here was like one of my first 1/3 scale statues. So this was the first time I ever experienced one that was built like this. Like, look at the detail in the hammer he got. Like, he didn't forge this thing from a V8 motor or something. Like, he's got pistons or whatever on the sides of it coming out of it. And it's like, it's detailed where it has the, you can see it has like a dirt or a grime like inside of the pieces or whatever. And I think this is actually sculpted this way because how it is all over it and all the little crevices of it. Like, the detail of this is like immaculate. Like, I really like how they made this statue. All the pieces of it, you know, you see the armor, you know, on his shoulders. You see his helmet. He got that Gladiator style helmet. Has all the battle damage, all the scratches that you see right there, all the little nicks and cuts. So all that right there is just, I really appreciate that with the statue, with this piece. I like something that really resonates with me when I do purchase it. Like, this scene comes from the part in the movie where he pretty much lashes out at Thor. When he do a little joke where he's my friend from work joke. So looking at this statue, you know, kind of like makes my mind go back to that scene in the movie of Ragnarok, and that's cool. You know, you see he got the tattoos on his chest, you know. And as you can see right here, you pretty much get you a little clue of how big he is. You see how my hand is grabbing his hand. So he's a pretty good sized piece. And as you go lower, you see the little sheik, little metal sheik on his legs, sculpted like that. You know, he got the sandals on. You know, he got them thrown on there right there, like he back in the biblical days. And then, you know, Gladiator style. Then I even like how, you know, he has like a little metal padding like up under it. And you see like little individual rivets holding the pads on. Like, I like that detail right there. That's awesome. That's very immaculate. I like how you see how he's posed. The way he's posed is almost like, you know, he's posing like mid-air. Like I say, like he's launching. And he keys into this point right here. It's where he keys in at. It's like a little pin, like a little key that goes into his shin bone or whatever you want to call that. And then his base is like, it's kind of like stone, and it has like this mist or whatever. I kind of wish they would have had it with this illuminated, but it's like lit up. But I mean, I think it's still cool like this, but I guess it got him like jumping through the mist or whatever. So that's kind of how they did with it, how they went with the base. So the base is pretty decent. You know, the base is pretty decent. I like how he has another weapon and they got on the base right here that you get to see that also comes with the statue that kind of gives the statue more flair. And it's another weapon with the same type of, you know, dirt and grime and stuff in there like that, right? That's cool. I really appreciate how they articulated that. And the only thing about this statue that I got was it did come with some damage. See, look at the veins in his legs. See that right there? That's detail. But the only damage I got with the statue is he had like a little his sheath right here. It was long. It was longer than this. It was broke. I got the other piece to it, but if you try to glue it back on, it still don't look right. So I just thought it was better to leave it off. But other than that, I don't typically, you know, I don't want to get anything that's got any damage to it. But considering the fact that I got this through a trade, you know, I'm not too upset with it. Now, if I would have ordered it from, you know, Diamond Select myself and then found it, I would have had to call the company and see if I can try to get a replacement statue. But all in all, this right here wasn't bad. And I think it was well worth trading my Pac-Man Legacy. At the time I wasn't playing it. And really, it might have been the best thing for me to do, considering now they have a new Pac-Man out. So it kind of give me a reason or excuse to buy it. Maybe I will. I don't know. But anywho, so I even like how he got the detail right here. Like it's like a different type of material, like a cloth. And it's like stretched around his arm. So yeah, this statue is pretty good. It's pretty good. Look at the detail how his mask is not like glued to his face. It's like running on the same angles of his face. I'm trying to get that with the camera. But yeah, I think this is a very good piece to pick up. I'm very satisfied with it. I don't know if I'll eventually, you know, upgrade and get like a more expensive Hulk. I mean, only time will tell. I mean, as of right now, I'm satisfied with this Hulk. But, you know, we'll see. I do like the one they have on Sideshow where they have Hulk versus the Hulk Buster. I like the Hulk versus Wolverine. But I have to sit here and think about, do I want to kick out $1,200? But, you know, it's, you know how it is with the hobby. You know, you be tempted. So most likely I might even do it. But also, one other thing I want to touch on is I started getting into these omnibuses. My daughter bought this for me. And I've been wanting to get one of these for a long time. But I just can't bring myself to do it. It's like, you know, this right here costs about like $120. And I couldn't bring myself to pay $120 for a comic book. At least I just couldn't do it. You know, I'm a comic book fan. I love comics. And the reason why I got this one right here, because this is the Age of Apocalypse. This is my very favorite X-Men comic book of all time story. This is because it was so dark and so grim. And everything was just, you know, everything was just turned upside down. The situation was just so crazy. But like this right here, I like these. These are awesome because it's like the artwork in here is perfect. It's basically, you know, it's all the comic book stories that came from the saga all in one book where you can read all of them, you know, back to back, all in order. So, I mean, this right here was a pretty good buy. I really appreciate my daughter doing this for me. And I might start collecting these maybe. I haven't decided yet. I mean, I'm going to read it from front to back. And depending on how much I enjoy it, you know, I might do a review on it and let y'all know how it was and what I thought of it. I mean, I read portions of the Age of Apocalypse because, you know, as a kid, I was only able to get, you know, comics here and there. But never have I ever had the whole entire book. Like I literally would have killed for this when I was a kid. I had this right here. So this is a really great find and add to my collection. But yeah, I want to start doing, I want to, you know, get back on my content of reviewing and talking about other things that I collect and that I have in my room or that I'm adding to my room. You know, not just the arcade one-up content all the time. So yeah, so stay tuned. You know, I'm going to have more content coming with this, like this. I'm also going to have my content coming of my machine I'm building over there, which I'm going to keep that to the side like that. You know, I got the reveal coming for that. I'm still working on that, my custom Tekken cabinet. And I'll be showing that soon. So thank you for watching my channel. And until next time, peace.